Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to bring this call to you tonight. The Detox Divas present pre-holiday prep, setting your body up for success. We are going to take you on a journey where you can stop dreading January. How many people dread January because you know all those Christmas pounds have gathered around your midsection, gathered around your thighs, and because all the treats from Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas to New Year's, throw a couple birthdays in there, you just got this recipe for disaster. So we put together an amazing game plan for you so that you don't have to fear January. We're going to start prepping now. We're going to talk about a liver cleanse, parasite cleanse, and the GLP kit tonight, and how that is all going to work together to keep you from dreading that January. So first off, I want to introduce you to our owners. Heart and Body Naturals was founded in 2017 by Paula and Ben Scarcella, along with our formulator, Alexandria Brighton. Paula serves as CEO, and together with Ben, they created Heart and Body Naturals with one purpose: sharing high quality plant-based products that support natural wellness, and they understand tight budgets. They understand big dreams. I mean, this is a big dream for them that they made come true. They've been there. That is why they built this business model where anyone can join for free. No memberships, no fees, no hidden costs, no gotchas, gimmies, or anything like that. Oh, why does that say Kentucky? Headquartered in Ohio, Heart and Body Naturals offers 200 products, including hemp-derived cheese. Okay, I'm going to skip that introduction. I ran it through Chat GPT and it came back wrong. I'll do a better one later. Alexandria Brighton is our amazing formulator. She is the co-founder and master formulator. She's got over 30 years of experience with Ayurvedic medicine, working with healing the body naturally with plants, herbs, and nature's medicine. And her formulations combine the healing power of plants with synergistic blends designed for maximum effectiveness. And let me tell you, they are the purest products that I've ever had. They are the most effective. They're just truly a beautiful formulation that we get to carry and share and talk about on the Detox Diva calls each week. Medical disclaimer before we go any farther. The information I'm sharing today is for educational purposes only and has not been evaluated by the FDA. Nothing I share is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. Nothing that we say on social media or in any of our print is designed to do that either. I'm not a doctor. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or under doctor's care, please consult your healthcare provider before starting any cleanse or supplement protocol. Listen to your body and seek professional medical guidance when needed. Individuals will results will vary. Now let's get started. So let's talk about this holiday reality check. We've got some holidays coming up where people typically gain a lot of weight, eat a lot of food, have a lot of fun. And we're going to talk the truth about really October, November, December. So let's be real. The next 10 weeks are about to be a wild ride for your body. So what do we have coming? We have Halloween that rolls into Thanksgiving, that rolls into Christmas parties, that rolls into New Year's celebrations. More sugar in 10 weeks than the entire rest of the year, more alcohol, more processed foods, more late nights, lack of sleep, more stress, less movement, family drama, financial pressure, and schedule chaos. Anybody feeling all of that? I know it can be rough, can't it? Coming up with the holidays, trying to balance everything and still try to stay healthy. And the usual pattern is January 1st, you feel terrible, bloated, toxic, exhausted. You make desperate resolutions. You try to undo 10 weeks of damage in 2 weeks, and then everybody gives up. Most people give up by February. And that is not a great way to start the year, is it? We don't want you to start the year beating yourself up or causing yourself any undue stress, which is why we're going to put some things into play now so that you don't have to worry about that. And I've even lined out how to survive those holiday parties, the family gatherings, and things like that. So, what if instead of dreading January, you could actually enjoy the holidays and start 2026 feeling amazing? What if you could eat the pie, drink the wine, and still feel good? We're going to talk about that tonight. So that my holiday strategy that I put together, it's a 4-phase approach. And phase one is the deep clean. And that's going to start October 29th. It's going to go through November 11th. We're going to do the liver cleanse. We're going to do the parasite cleanse. And we're going to start with a clean slate. Okay. So some of us have already done a couple liver cleanses this fall. That's okay. It's recommended you do them once a month. So one more is not going to hurt. It is going to just give you that amplified power to roll into 2026 with so much energy, feeling good. You're not going to have all of that stress. We've got adaptogens in the products that we're going to be talking about tonight. They're going to help calm that stress. It's going to calm those cravings. So we've got some great things coming up for you. Then we're going to go into protect mode. So when we start hitting Thanksgiving, when we start hitting Christmas, there's a lot of heavy, very rich foods. I know for me, one of my favorites to make is my mama's stuffing that you put actually in the turkey. Let me know what your favorite holiday dish is in the comments. I cannot get away from that stuffing. I love stuffing. But so the phase two is going to be the protection mode, and that's going to go about November 12th to December 31st. Actually, yeah, to December 31st. We're going to be using the GLP-1 Reset in November and December to help us reset for insulin and sugar management. I don't know if you have had those experiences with the new GLP-1 kit, but there are some amazing testimonies with that in how the sugar is being controlled. And we've done many calls on the GLP-1. We'll probably do some more coming in December and stuff like that. But our goal is a strategic support through Thanksgiving and Christmas and to maintain stability through indulgence, right? Life's too short not to indulge in those good foods that we get at Christmas time and Thanksgiving. But so we're going to indulge a little bit, but we've got a battle plan to help combat that as we're going through the seasons. Phase three is going to be recovery and reset. January, we are going to do an intensive GLP-1 reset to kickstart the year. We're going to bring our friends along with us. So if you know anyone that would be excited about something like this, make sure you share this replay with them. We are going to clear out the holiday accumulation, and we're going to launch into 2026 very, very strong. Then phase four is momentum. That's the rest of 2026. We're working on putting together a calendar of goals each month. We know that we're going to be rolling back into liver and parasite cleanses again in the spring. We do those in the spring and in the fall. So by the time March comes, it'll be time for another parasite cleanse, another liver cleanse, get the system all cleaned out again. Because we're exposed to toxins at all times. Like it's a daily thing that we are exposed to. And this is just going to help us. This plan is going to help us know what our plan is for our health for the coming year. Then phase four, we're going to maintain those healthy habits. We're going to continue the strategic support and make 2026 your best year yet. We are not just surviving the holidays. We are going to be thriving in these holidays through them and beyond. And people are going to be looking at us like, what are you all doing? Like, you guys all look so great. I want to be a part of that. And the more noise we make, the healthier we get, the more people they're going to want to be around us, and they're going to want to know what our secret juice is. So why is this timing perfect? So the power of October-November window, the October liver cleanse, the full moon is on actually November 5th. We start on the 1st with the parasite cleanse. Parasites are most active during the full moon. They're most vulnerable to cleansing during the full moon. They steal your nutrients and energy, and we want to get them we want to get them out so that you can have every bit of energy and nutrition that they seem to take away. And this sequence matters because the liver processes all the toxins and the parasites that the parasites release. The clean liver first is better for parasite cleanse results, and both cleanses done before Thanksgiving. 2 weeks to stabilize before our feasting. You're not cleansing during the holidays. That would be miserable to have to be doing a cleanse and watching what you eat and everything over the holidays, wouldn't it? I would not want to do that. And you are going to be prepared by the end of this call to face the holidays and the sugar rush season with tools and a plan to get you through it. So phase one is the deep dive. This is the liver cleanse. And as we know, liver performs over 500 functions, including filtering the toxins from the blood, metabolizing the fats, the proteins, and the carbs, producing that bile for digestion, storing the vitamins and minerals, regulating the blood sugar, processing the hormones, breaking down the alcohol. And signs that your liver might be overwhelmed or overloaded, you're going to have fatigue, you're going to have low energy, brain fog, poor concentration, bloating, digestive issues, skin problems, hormonal imbalances, weight gain, especially the belly fat, mood swings and irritability, sugar and carb cravings, which also those can be confused with parasites. And those are similar symptoms to what you would experience if you did have parasites. So what happens in 3 days on that liver cleanse? I got some testimonies from some people right before the call tonight. So thank you for sharing those that did. You're the true leaders in the company when you share that when someone asks. So day one on the liver cleanse is flush and release. We're going to begin eliminating those stored toxins. We're going to support that bile production. We're going to increase hydration and elimination. Day two is the deep cleanse. That is where the liver cells begin regenerating, the fat metabolism improves, the digestive function enhances. And day three is restore and rebuild. The liver function optimizes, the energy returns, the mental clarity improves, and you're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel clearer, you're going to feel energized, and you're going to feel ready for the parasite cleanse back to back with that. Now, I shared something on a call I was invited to speak on last night. There are times when I'm doing a liver cleanse where maybe leading up to that, I had extra toxins that I was exposed to for whatever reason. And if on day three, I'm not feeling that energy returning or that mental clarity, or I'm still emotional, I'm going to extend my liver cleanse 2 to 3 days beyond that 3 days, just to make sure I've got a good cleaning. So if you've ever deep cleaned your house, sometimes you go into a room, it's like, oh, I forgot to do that part. Let me get back in there and start cleaning that. And that's kind of what we're going to be doing with the liver cleanse. So again, you got to listen to your body, you got to know how it's talking to you. And if you still have that brain fog, you're still lacking energy, you're still crying because your shoes weren't put away right, it's happened. I'm sorry. Yes, it happened. You're going to want to extend that liver cleanse another couple days just to make sure you're good and clean. Then we are, so the liver holiday connection, why a clean liver makes for better holidays. So one, processing alcohol. I mean, I don't indulge in that anymore, but your liver does break down the alcohol, and a clean liver means less hangover and faster recovery. For those of you that do drink, good for you. You know, that's totally your choice. You can enjoy the celebrations without days of misery. It's going to help manage that sugar. The liver regulates that blood sugar. A healthy liver means fewer crashes and cravings, better insulin response, and more stable energy. And then we'll be able to handle those rich foods better too. The liver produces bile to help digest those fatty foods, and it helps optimize the bile flow, less bloating, less discomfort, and you can enjoy the feast without feeling terrible. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And then you've got your hormone balance. Like, hormones are a big issue for people. And if they're not doing a liver cleanse, that could be a key component in their own recovery and the way that they feel on a day-to-day basis. So the liver processes the estrogen and the other hormones. It balanced hormones equals better mood during stressful season. We want that. Less PMS, better sleep, and fewer mood swings. So the bottom line on this is a clean liver going into the holidays means that you can actually participate in life without feeling like garbage. And that's really kind of the gift you're giving yourself. So then we're still in phase 1, which is the deep dive. We're going into the parasite cleanse. And the uncomfortable truth is parasites are way more common than you think. About 90% of the people have parasites, 80%. Not just from travel in third world countries. They're in our food, our water, and our pets. They can live for years in the body. I saw a story, an article that I read one time where somebody had a 40-foot tapeworm that they had passed from their body. Like that's 40 feet of this alien worm inside your body, eating your nutrients and minerals and just making you, yes, right? Wow. And most doctors do not even test for them properly. So physical, you're going to have digestive issues, the bloating, the gas, the constipation, the diarrhea. You're going to have fatigue despite getting your required sleep. I'm a 7-hour sleep girl. I can do 7 hours and I'm perfect. If I do anything more than that, I'm kind of groggy in the morning. Unexplained weight loss or weight gain is another sign of parasites. Teeth grinding or jaw clenching at night. Who does that? Y'all, I broke 3 molars on the bottom before I did a parasite cleanse because I didn't know that, and it broke like all the way, cracked the tooth in half. I was grinding so hard. Since I've been doing the parasite cleanses, I've not been grinding my teeth at night. Slobbering during your sleep is another sign of possible parasites, itchy butt, things like that. Ears and nose, if your ears and nose itch, could be a parasite. Skin issues like rashes and eczema and hives can also be parasites. Then you've got your mental and emotional. You're going to have your brain fog and your poor memory. You're going to have your anxiety and depression. How many people suffer from anxiety and depression? How many people are on a drug that is calming the chemicals in their brain because and I'm not saying anxiety and depression is not real. I know it's real. I've lived through it. But why not start with some healthy eating, some walking, doing some detoxing, a little parasite cleanse, just to see how you feel. Maybe you'll feel better. Maybe you could taper off, talk to your doctor. You're going to have mood swings and irritability, insomnia, and restless sleep. And then other constant hunger or never feeling like you have enough food in your body. You can't satisfy that hunger. Sugar cravings are intense. My husband, he's doing really well on his weight loss right now, but he would sit and eat a pound of licorice and still be hungry. Like he could not satisfy that hunger, but he swears he doesn't have parasites. I'm like, dude, you are a walking billboard for parasites. And frequent illness, dark circles under the eyes, joint and muscle pain. So November 1st, right after we get off of that liver cleanse, we're going to roll right into the full moon parasite protocol. And the full moon advantage on that is parasites are heavily influenced by the lunar cycles. They're most active during the full moon. They come out of hiding. They reproduce and make more little wormy babies in your body over the full moon every month. Every month they do this. So if you've not done a parasite cleanse, just think how much that's building up there for you. And then they are more vulnerable to cleansing protocols over the full moon because they're coming out of hiding. And the 10-day protocol will start November 1st. It will continue through the full moon and a few days after. It's the most effective cleansing window because of what I mentioned. And parasites follow that lunar cycle. And during the full moon, they're that active state, and this makes it the most powerful time. So some people will just do a parasite cleanse like all willy-nilly, and they're not getting a good cleanse. It's not being effective. Now, the liver cleanse you can do anytime. That's not a lunar driven by the moon, but the parasite is definitely a lunar cycle. So why is this timing? Why does this matter for the holidays? So done before Thanksgiving, you've got 2 weeks to stabilize. You're not cleansing during your feast. You're going to eliminate those little sugar feeders, those little parasites. You're going to remove them, easier to resist those holiday sweets. You're going to have better blood sugar control. We're going to boost that nutrient absorption. These parasites steal your nutrients. We're going to remove them so your body gets the nutrition, and you'll feel full when your body is getting the right amount of nutrients. You're going to have more energy for the busy season. Like, that's exciting right there. And it's going to strengthen your immunity. I mean, that's one of the most important things going into this. When you have all that junk food, your immune system really takes a toll on your body and your immune system. So when you remove them, you're going to have that stronger defense. We're going to have better protection during cold and flu season that's coming up. And so the result is, going into the holidays without parasites stealing your energy and nutrients means you actually have the resolve and the reserve to handle that holiday stress. So what are we going to expect during the cleanses? So possible symptoms. It can be challenging, but the end results is absolutely amazing. So you could have mild headache, fatigue, digestive changes, increased elimination, and this is really good. Before doing this, you should be having at least one bowel movement a day before starting a parasite cleanse, just to make sure that detox pathway is open. You're going to have some skin breakouts. Your skin's going to break out a little bit. And so we'll be done 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So you won't have to worry about going to holiday functions with zits on your face. You're going to have some mood changes. And what is going to help you? Well, resting. Your body's doing a lot of heavy lifting right now on those cleanses, getting rid of that stuff. And so you want to rest as much as possible. You're going to want to hydrate. You're going to want to do light movement. You're not going to want to do heavy lifting or anything when you're doing a cleanse. You're going to do yogas, stretches, Pilates, things like that. Epsom salts bath, add that little bit of fulvic in there if you've got that powder. That's really going to help pull out those toxins. I saw a video this week that said when you're in the bathtub, every 15 minutes, your body absorbs 2 cups of water and all the other contaminants that are in that. So go on Amazon and get yourself a little bath filter. Get to bed early. Wouldn't it be great if someone said, you know what, you need to go to bed, you don't get dinner? I'm like, oh yeah, send me. Let me just get my jammies on and I'm gonna go in a dark room and go to bed. I don't care if I don't get dinner. Like, sometimes don't you feel like your day can be like that? And then during the parasite cleanse, the symptoms can be a little bit more intense. You can, everything from the liver cleanse plus increased digestive activity, parasites dying off, being eliminated, some gut rumbling, vivid dreams. Keep a notebook by your bed so you can write those down. Temporary worsening of symptoms, which is the die-off reaction, achy, fever, tired, moody, headache. That kind of stuff could happen when you're doing a parasite cleanse. Emotional release. Like, I have a great emotional release when I'm doing the liver cleanse, the parasite cleanse as well. And again, what helps? Continued hydration, fiber to help that elimination, probiotics, which fulvic has Dee, that just reminds me, I saw your question last night. Fulvic acid is both a pre and postbiotic. Fulvic is also the binder to help absorb those toxins. Lymphatic support. If you don't have the L-Stimulate and the brush, that's okay. You can use a scrubby, a dry scrubby before you get into the shower. Just brush everything from bottom to your heart and then top to your heart. And then just there's a PDF that shows you how to do that with the L-Stimulate bundle. So if you don't have that oil, you can still check out the instructions on how to do that. and give yourself some self-compassion and patience, because it is, yes, emotional release. We have a lot of that in us. Many of us do. And so it's really good to clean that out as well. There's no sense in carrying those bad vibes with us anywhere. And so if you do have these symptoms, that means it's working. Some people have very, very mild symptoms and some go unnoticed. But if you think it's too much for you to handle, then cut your serving size in half is what I would suggest, and drink more water, get moving, try to break a sweat, do some rebounding, and get those detox pathways open. So your body's eliminating what does not serve you anymore, and they're temporary, and it is worth it. So phase 2 is protection mode, the GLP-1 reset. So what is that? GLP-1 is glucagon-like peptide 1. It's a hormone in your body naturally that your body naturally produces, that regulates your blood sugar and insulin, controls appetite, slows the stomach so you feel full longer. People that take those dangerous drugs, they're getting thyroid cancer and stomach paralysis because it's forcing the stomach to stop digesting the food. And that's not a good thing, because once that muscle memory is gone, you may not ever get that back. Supports a healthy metabolism, reduces inflammation. So the holiday problem, as we know, during November and December, the constant sugar and refined carbs, the cookies, the breads, the fruit bread, the binder was fulvic. Yeah, fulvic is both a binder and a chelator, Lori. Insulin spikes and crashes, blood sugar roller coaster, inflammation increases, craving intensifies, fat storage accelerates, and energy crashes. So the GLP-1 solution is supporting your body's natural GLP-1 response, helps stabilize those blood sugars, reduces the cravings, feel satisfied, maintain that steady energy, minimize inflammation. Several years ago, there was an article in Time magazine that said inflammation is the root of all illnesses. There's a lot of things that are the root of all illnesses, but inflammation plays a huge part in that. Prevent the worst holiday weight gain and bounce back faster from those indulgences. So the natural approach, we're not talking about injections, because we do plants, not pills here, or pharmaceuticals. We're supporting the body's natural GLP-1 solution through targeted nutrition, lifestyle practices, and strategic supplementation. So we're going to have that support for insulin sensitivity and inflammation reduction. We're going to have the timing of your meals, the movement strategies, and the stress management. Targeted nutrition, foods that support healthy insulin response, blood sugar balancing strategies. We're going to support you all the way through the holiday season with these 3 practices. So here is the holiday protocol for the GLP-1. We're going to take that GLP support supplements every day, once a day, not 3 times a day, as if we're doing the intense GLP-1. Eat a protein-rich breakfast to stabilize that blood sugar all day. Hydrate constantly. Make that drink your water like your life depends on it, because it does. Move your body every day, even 20 minutes, even if you have to break that up into 2 10-minute segments. Move your body. It's better if you can break a sweat. Manage stress with breathing, meditation, prayer, walks, things like that. That's an everyday occurrence. For special events, so maybe you have a family gathering at 2:00 and everybody brings an hors d'oeuvre and you've got 50 people there and you've got all these delicious hors d'oeuvres and cookies and stuff. We're going to take our extra GLP-1 support before we go also. So we'll have it twice a day, and you got 2 parties, you're going to take it 3 times a day. But that's going to help balance that insulin. Eat some protein before you go to any of those gatherings. Choose wisely, but don't stress. Enjoy yourself. It's the holidays. We get to be with family. We get to celebrate each other and just be in that feel-good moment. So I don't want you stressing over any of this. We've got the tools to help you get through it. And then once you indulge, return to your normal routine the next day. So the 80-20 rule. follow the rule 80% of the time. 20% of the time, go ahead and enjoy with caution. Like, don't just, I'm going to go eat an entire pie by myself because it's my 20% day. You're going to still do that healthy. You're going to make those healthy choices, but don't have guilt over it. No shame. I fell off the wagon. No, you didn't. You took your, yes, moderation. Thank you, Coach Marcus. That was the word I was looking for. Moderation is the word that I was looking for. And so this is a sustainable practice that's going to get you through those holidays. It's not going to be restrictive. So here is how it all kind of flows together. So the holiday blood sugar roller coaster right there. Morning skipping breakfast or eating carbs goes into a mid-morning crash where you need the caffeine and the sugar to pick you back up again. Then you've got your lunch where you overeat because you're basically starving, which goes into the afternoon crash again, the brain fog, the irritability, which then goes into craving those sweets in the evening. And then at night you eat too much at the party, you feel terrible. And then next day you repeat the exact same thing. And that just compiles on top of everything over and over again. And then your body is like struggling just to get out of bed in the morning. And so what this does, the insulin resistant increases, the fat storage puts the heavy metal to the floor. It's going to go fast. It's going to increase, especially in the belly area. You're going to have your inflammation rising. You're going to have your energy crashes. You're going to have more mood swings, Greta. And your cravings are going to get worse. Your sleep's going to suffer. Your hormones go haywire. You know what? Then you know what happens then? You get sick. You're going to get sick because your immune system's taking a hit. So the GLP-1 reset breaks this cycle for you. Isn't that exciting? So we're going to do a protein for breakfast with our GLP-1 support mid-morning. You're going to have that steady energy, no cravings. Lunch, you're going to have that normal appetite. You're going to have mindful eating. Be mindful when you're eating. Think about what you're eating. How does it taste? Where do the different flavors hit within your mouth? And if you pause and take that time to eat, you're going to eat slower. You're going to chew better, which is going to help all the other processes as it goes through the digestive system. Afternoon, you're going to have that sustained energy and focus. Evenings, you can enjoy treats without losing control. You're going to have better sleep, wake up feeling good. The vicious cycle is broken. And the next day, you're going to repeat successfully. So this is the difference between surviving the holidays and thriving through them. This is the difference between gaining 15 pounds and maintaining or losing. It's the difference between feeling exhausted or having energy. It's the difference between dreading January and being excited for 2026 to come. So here is a scenario for you. So in the morning, we'll say Thanksgiving Day, right? Thanksgiving is such a great eating day. You're going to have that protein-rich breakfast with eggs and Greek yogurt. And if you guys have never mixed in plain Greek yogurt into your eggs before scrambling them, it is so good. You'll have to try that. And so you're going to do the protein-rich breakfast. You're going to have your GLP-1 supplements. You're going to hydrate really well throughout the morning until you get to your Thanksgiving gathering, and go for a walk both before you go to your event and after you go. And then before dinner, you're going to take that GLP-1 regimen again. You're going to have a small protein snack, more water, and do some deep breathing, because sometimes being around family or just crowds can be exhausting. And you know that, and you start worrying about it and you get all bent out of shape. And so just go for that walk, do some deep breathing, put some headphones in, listen to a soundtrack that calms you. There's a playlist on Amazon that I love. It's called Harp Essentials, and it really puts me in the focus mood. I usually have that playing here in my office when I'm working. During dinner, you're going to fill half of your plate with vegetables first, and then you're going to add your protein. Then you can enjoy your sides and your desserts. But again, eat slowly and enjoy every bite without guilt. We're going to keep that high vibe energy going. We're going to enjoy the desserts. We're going to limit them in moderation. And then after dinner, go for a family walk. Go play football in the backyard if that's something your family does. Gentle movement aids that digestion, and then you're going to drink more water. The very next day, you're back on your protocol. You're making those healthy choices. You are avoiding the sweets and the carbs. You're not going to restrict it. You're just going to return to your routine. This is your way of life through the holidays. And don't ever say, I ruined it and I give up and I'm not going to do this. Start back over. Every day is a brand new day to start over. So you didn't ruin anything. You just indulged a little bit and now you're back on track. So holiday parties, how are you going to do that? The day of the party, you're going to follow that protocol. Take extra GLP-1 support before the party, eat protein-rich snack before leaving home, arrive not starving. That's going to be a huge key for you to have that food in your belly before you get there. And then at the party, you're going to do proteins first. Cheese, nuts, shrimps, meatballs, those kind of things. If it's got a lot of sugar on those meatballs, barbecue sauce, things like that, do those in moderation. And then you're going to do your vegetables. Then you're going to choose your favorites very mindfully. Limit your alcohol or alternate every drink with water. Focus on conversation, not constantly eating. Sometimes I know in the past, I've just stood in the kitchen when it's hors d'oeuvres and I just stand out there and eat and everybody's standing around the hors d'oeuvres and eating. Try not to do that. And then the next day, you're going to get back on that normal routine again. So the secret is one party does not matter. It's what you do the other 6 days of the week that's going to count. So the sugar cravings attack, what's going to happen there? Well, immediately before you reach for that sugar, drink 16 ounces of water. Often dehydration is the mask for cravings. You're going to eat some protein, maybe some Greek yogurt with some nuts, maybe a cheese stick, something like that. Wait 15 minutes, do some deep breathing, 10 breaths. And if you still want it, have that treat. Have that treat mindfully. Very small portion, eat it slowly, savor it, no guilt, and move on. You did all the steps. You still wanted the sugar. You ate the sugar, no guilt. And then what you're going to notice as you do this, your cravings are going to decrease dramatically on this protocol. And when they come up, they're going to be manageable because your mind is controlling it. You're being thoughtful with your eating and you can have treats without spiraling down into, I'm going to eat that whole giant chocolate bar my grandson just got for Christmas. And then food is going to have less power over you. Last night I said it's a form of self-sabotage, which it is when you overindulge constantly. So the 3-phase January intensive reset is going to look like this. We're going to kickstart 2026 with a bang. And week 1, we're going to do that deep reset. We're going to be very strict with that protocol. No alcohol, no processed sugar. We're going to do the maximum GLP support serving size per day. We're going to do that gentle movement. We're going to clear out that holiday accumulation. Yes, your craving crusher ghost stick on hand. Week 2 is optimization. We're going to continue that strict protocol. We're going to notice that energy increasing in January. And January is not a fun month for me because I don't like winters and I do live in Iowa. Mental clarity is going to be returning. The body composition is going to be changing and your cravings are going to be minimal. 3 is integration. We're going to maintain that protocol, that aggressive protocol through January. We're going to start adding strategic indulgences if you choose, and just test it and learn. It's not a mistake when you have a sweet. It's something you can learn from, but make sure you're doing those steps with the water, the breath, the prayer, maybe a walk before you indulge in that sweet. And just find your sustainable balance because what we're wanting from you is a lifestyle change. We don't want you just to do this just to lose the weight and then start making those bad decisions again. We want you to fall in love with the process of being healthy. And then 4 is momentum. We're going to solidify those new habits. We're going to feel amazing. And you're going to feel so amazing that those other things, it's like, wow, I really don't want to go back to where I was. And I know that that food group was a part of what led me there. I'm not taking the risk on that. Kind of like me with alcohol. Like I would love to have a glass of wine on Christmas, but I'm not going to take that risk of going back to who I used to be. It's a lifestyle change. And so then you're going to launch into the rest of the year very, very strong. And so what does 4 weeks get you? It gets you insulin sensitivity restored, inflammation reduced, energy optimized, mental clarity sharp. We're going to have body composition improvements. We're going to have healthy habits that are being established. And then that momentum for the entire year is going to be at your service. So we're going to make this the best year yet. And so here's what's possible. Like I said, the deep cleanse, the liver and the parasite. And then November and December, we've got that strategic GLP-1 support that you and your friends can be doing together. All three of these, really, your friends you can do with you. January is the intensive reset, minimize everything, load that momentum for the rest of the year. And by February, you might be at your ideal weight. For me, it took about 2 to 3 months of the GLP-1. Maybe you just have a little bit to lose. Maybe you've got more. If you've got more, it's not going to be all gone in January. So you're going to want to continue that into February, maybe March. Maybe it'll take 6 months to get off what you're wanting to lose. You're going to have that full natural energy, the mentally clear and focused, that stable blood sugar, the inflammation's low, you're sleeping well, you're feeling confident, you're ready to crush those goals in 2026. And meanwhile, everyone else that's not doing this is going to be starting their New Year's resolution. They're going to be feeling terrible from the holiday damage. They're trying desperate for crash diets. And they're already given up, and you're going to be 3 months ahead of everyone else that starts that January reset. And that is so weird. I've had pictures just disappear from this from when I just filed or saved it earlier. But so liver cleanse kit is going to have the liver support supplements. The detox protocol is right there on the page. You're going to have instruction and support and love through the whole journey. The parasite cleanse is going to have the full moon parasite protocol, digestive support, elimination aids, and a complete guide to get you through that. And the total investment for both of those, the liver cleanse and the parasite cleanse, is $298. There's going to be $298.95, 14 days, but there's going to be Lord's plenty of product that's going to last you way beyond that. To maintain that level of body cleanliness from the inside to keep you going. And you can take those with the GLP-1. I continue to take my soul superfood every day and my fulvic and my black seed. So phase 2 is the GLP-1 reset. So the natural you're going to get the GLP-1 support supplements there. You're going to get the blood sugar balancing compounds, the inflammation reducers, which is all in there, the protocol guide. There's recipe ideas inside of the wellness community. You're going to get the holiday survival strategies, which will be in the community as well. And the total investment on that is $149.95. And your commitment on that is 30 days. I'm like, I would give it 30 days and see how you do. But I really would like you to make it to January at least with this, get you over that hump, because we're all about helping people around here, making you live your best life with your health. And so the results are going to be stable blood sugar, manage cravings, maintain health throughout the holiday. And wouldn't it feel so good to go through the holidays and just know that you took care of yourself? That you made yourself a priority and you made your health a priority. So then the January intensive is 4 weeks, and you will continue the three-step system. We're going to do a strict protocol. You will need to add, I think it's another bag of the Slimmer Pro to your order when you buy this, because there's 30 days in that bag and we take it twice a day. Focus on optimization and results and build that momentum for 2026. It's the same system, but it's used intensively with no breaks for maximum results out of the holidays. You already took your breaks. You already had your treats. You already indulged for the holidays. January is focused on, this is going to be my best year ever. And the results are the optimal health, strong momentum, and the best start to 2026. Now, here's one thing. Well, my goodness, there's 2 more pictures that did not save, but that's weird. So here is something that I don't think a lot of people talk about when purchasing products with HBN. There is a bulk pricing. There is a bulk pricing option within the back office. So if you added all three of these to your cart, you would save an additional 20% off of the wholesale pricing. So you would get all three of those for $359, and that would carry you through December, well, through the end of November at least. But if you bought two GLP-1 kits, that would bump you up. You'd still be at the 20%. But it did give me that. I put this in my shopping cart and pretended to check out. And so I added all three of those kits to my shopping cart, and it gave me that 20% discount. So it took another $89.78 off of my order when I put the liver cleanse, the parasite cleanse, and the GLP-1 kit in there, which was it's a discounted commissionable volume, a CV. Yes, bulk order discount. And so all three of those would give you a commission. The CV would be $210. So they're giving the customer a bigger discount for bulk pricing. And so the CV would go down on that for those of you that are sharing and wanted that information. So these savings are automatically applied at checkout. You can see that if you go in and just put in a pretend order and add stuff, you will see those discounts adding up. And say you wanted 5 kits, you would then get a 40% discount. So you can do the math on that yourself, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. So if you did get all 3 kits before the 21st, I think is the cutoff date. We start on the 29th. That'll give about a week for it to get there. So everybody gets their kits on time to start that liver cleanse. If you did that purchase, you added more to it, you could save up to 40% off of retail or wholesale. So what is the cost of doing nothing? What is the cost of doing nothing and just maintaining your same health? Well, what happens if you skip this? Well, October and December, you're going to enter the holidays already depleted. You're no preparation, no strategy. You're just going to eat whatever you want. You're not going to feel good. You're going to indulge without support. You're going to have blood sugar chaos. You're going to have weight gain acceleration. Your energy is going to crash. Your inflammation is going to rise, and you're going to feel terrible. But you're going to keep going because it's holidays and you have to. And your health cost, increased inflammation leads to diseases, insulin resistance, pre-diabetic path, weight gain, harder to lose with age, hormonal imbalance, weakened immunity, poor sleep, mental fog, low energy. You're going to miss out on life. It's not going to be worth it to not do this. Like, your health is your best investment. In January, you're going to feel awful, toxic, exhausted. You're going to be desperate for a quick fix. You're going to try extreme measures like all of these people doing the GLP-1. It just breaks my heart that they do that. You're going to restrict. You're going to feel deprived. You're going to give up by February because you already gave up on yourself by not partaking in the cleanses and the GLP-1 blood sugar sustainability program from November to December. And it's another year of the same thing. You've not made any changes. And the emotional cost, you're going to feel out of control, disappointed in yourself, missing out on life, lower confidence, relationship stress, depression, and anxiety. And the real question is, can you afford not to invest in this? I mean, that's really the real question with this. Can you afford not to take good care of your health? And I know some of the people on this call tonight probably have many of those symptoms right now because they can't or won't take care of who they are and their body that they have. So here are just some success stories of some people that have done these cleanses, and the liver cleanse, the liver cleanse, the parasite cleanse, the GLP-1, Kenosha released 13 pounds during the last liver cleanse. It had so much energy. Marcus, GLP Reset has helped prevent blood sugar spikes. Take a screenshot and read that later. I just saw what time it was. So your next step is to decide your commitment level. The all-in-one Diva package is the bulk order one right there. You're getting all 3 phases. You've got the strategic starter. You're just doing the liver cleanse and parasite cleanse. You can add the GLP-1 layer to test the waters. And then if you just want to do the holiday support, just do the GLP-1. You can skip the cleanses, your choice, but your results are going to be a lot less dramatic. You'll get a community of support, daily support, shared experiences, ask questions, get tips and tricks, celebrate wins, no judgment. So this is your commitment to yourself right here. Take a screenshot, print that out, type that, put that as your Facebook status and make it happen. Make it public so that you're held accountable. So everybody got a screenshot of that? I'm trying to rush through here because Coach Marcus's call's coming up. When you order one of those kits or any order that's 100 CV or above, you're going to get 3 of these brand new products. The Go-Go Sticks, they are nasal inhalers. Thank you, Tira. The nasal inhalers, you get 3 randomly selected ones. They are absolutely amazing. The testimonies coming in on those are amazing. People are raving about those. So since we are detoxing, our sister company has this detox bundle right there where you're going to get the laundry soap, the surface cleaner, the body bar, and the essential oil to help you relax through the stressful holidays. So if you're going to detox, laundry soap is always my first thing that I tell people to do. So sorry, it went a little bit long tonight. I was really excited about sharing this. Got a little long-winded, but coming up here in about 5 minutes, Coach Marcus is going to be over how to share these with other people. How do you share these and earn free product? How do you share these and earn an income? How do you share these and get a big white fluffy dog and a farm? So he's going to be going over that as soon as I'm done. So hop over there to OneTeamOneDreamHangout.com and let's get on that call and find out just how to share, maybe even as a hobby. So with that, I am going to stop the meeting. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on. I appreciate you. And we will see you next week. And with the Detox Divas, have a great night. And I love y'all. Bye-bye.